on your own journey, you will find your way. Now sit back, relax, and listen to what the Come Deen With Me boys have to say.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. My name's Chris.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers, sisters, uncles, and aunties. My name is Ray.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and I am Ben, and we are
Come Deen With Me.
I love one day, boys. Yeah, we'll get that all together.
Inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. So today we have proposed a discussion. Somebody who thought it was to put out a tweet to go against our beautiful brothers and sisters in Palestine. And if you've not known, let's have a little look, guys. Look at this sickening behaviour from a sickening individual who thought he was untouchable and no one can touch his property.
What was the tweet, bro?
This is the tweet here. This is James Wood, an actor within many of the Hollywood movies, who said no ceasefire, no compromise, no forgiveness, unalive them all. The children, the women, everything. No sympathy, no empathy, no nothing. Just unalive them all. So what happened? Let's have a little look at what happened to James Wood.
After the tweet, bear in mind, this is after the tweet.
Let's have a look.
You're swimming in the pool, and the next day it's all gone. But she came out with her little Yeti piggy bank for us to rebuild our house.
Is he crying?
He's crying.
Oh,
look at the report.
I hope that you will be able to rebuild your house, maybe starting with that little Yeti piggy bank. And we're just glad that you're okay and your wife is okay. Have your lives.
And what about the hundreds of people in
this is
flipping
real
Palestine?
You
don't care about kids.
Strength is not
crocodile tears.
Whether
Crocodile tears, James Woods.
Strength is what you are doing now, and
Get a grip of yourself.
Amazing work
Get a grip of yourself. You've got millions of pounds in bank still.
You have so
kids
much
don't get
strength,
fed.
and
Kids have to
coming on
walk
to
to get
reflect
food.
what so
And when they
many
do,
others
they're
just like you are
poisoned.
experiencing in that raw emotion right now. We wish you the best, you and your wife, as you rebuild your lives. So many people are doing it right now and trying to process what's going on. So, James, and also keep us posted on your 94-year-old neighbor and everything going on. We're going to continue to talk. And we wish you the very best.
Oh, boys, let me at him. Let me at him rapid.
Whoa.
No.
Go, Ben, go.
Takbir! Allah Akbar!
Allahu Akbar!
You laugh in the face of Allah, yeah? You laugh in the face of Allah, and this is exactly what happens. Not only 2 weeks after he put that tweet out, my brother's house is now burnt. Why? Because you laughed in the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of
Justice is served.
Babies being slaughtered, and even when people can't eat and they get fed, they're being poisoned. But it's all right because my daughter come out with a piggy bank. Shut up, bro. Who are you? You idiot. Yes, I'm not saying that the people that have suffered in these wildfires should have happened, but it couldn't have happened to a better person. Astaghfirullah, I do not mean that in any type of bad way, but do not laugh in the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and telling me that kids should be unalived. For what reason? You idiot, and you've got what you deserve, my brother.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, James Wood, if you guys don't know who he is, he rose to fame playing the husband of Meryl Streep in a critically acclaimed episode. It was a mini-series called Holocaust, which aired on NBC. The series focused on a Jewish family's struggle to survive Nazi Germany, a campaign of genocide against Jewish people. So, and then he goes along and posts that tweet after.
Spit them facts, Ray. Spit them facts.
Do you know what my biggest problem is? Yeah, they showed a map of the fire with Palestine's fire flames. And the amount of people who was on who was upset about Los Angeles. These millionaires, these people have lost their houses. They're all multimillionaires. They're all insured. They'll all be looked after. But when it comes to the children of Gaza, the women who are getting starved to death, war criminal activities towards children and kids. And and they say that a lot of the people who was unalived there in Gaza was kids, was teenagers, but they've got no empathy for it. They've got no empathy for it.
Why can't we hear Ray?
Why can't we hear Ray?
Ray, we can't hear you, mate.
Sorry, I'm back again. I do apologise.
It's all right.
So can anyone tell us in the comments what Ray said there?
You literally that well. Yo, come and shout me, brother.
So anyone in the comments below, can you tell us what Ray said? If you get it right, we'll give you a little. We'll give you a gift.
Yeah.
46,000 Palestinians, over 70% of them women and children, wounded over 110,000, and displaced millions since October 23. But nobody really knows the actual total. It could be over 200,000. James Wood is living in his sorrows and pains, but think of the people of Palestine.
I've got no empathy or no sympathy for you, James Wood.
None.
Honestly,
none.
None.
Not a little tiny bit.
Not
a little tiny bit. You know, if you wouldn't have put this and you would have supported the fact that, you know, these children are being unalived, and women and men, and they've not got homes to go to, and they haven't got insurance to rebuild their houses, and they haven't got food to go and eat after it, or friends and family to go stay at their houses, and if you supported that, then I might have had a little bit of sympathy for you, my brother. But James Woods, you have felt the full force and the full wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because half of you people that live in that state are rich celebrities that have tweeted the facts of supporting that it's not real. Yeah. And if you know, it's not real. And let me tell you something, guys, I could not be more not happy, but more energetic about the fact that this has happened. You put that, and then now you've gone through this. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is the full wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this just reaffirms my faith in Islam and in my Lord, to prove the fact that if you're not with him, then he's not going to be with you.
Alhamdulillah. I've got no pity for him whatsoever. Seeing him crying on national TV is justice in itself. Alhamdulillah.
Oh, he used his full force of his career. That's what he did.
You know, imagine if you put GoFundMe out on how many people, people would be sending money to him. But then you put money out for kids in Gaza. They're like, oh, I've even heard Muslims go, oh, well, what if it don't go to them? Give the bloody money, man. We're trying to help the kids.
Give the money, bro.
There's a very big sheeple sort of society going on. They're all for this Hollywood, like we called it. It used to be called the American Dream. Do you remember the American Dream? Everybody wanted to be a part of Hollywood. But Hollywood's the biggest scam on the planet, and we all know why. We're not going to talk about it in this one. All I'm going to say is, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless every Muslim suffering in this world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them Jannah al-Firdaus. They are more patient than us. They pray more than us. They love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more than us. We have been given an easy life here, where we can walk out and go to the gym, come back. We can go to the shop, come back. I watched a video that opened my heart, man. I took an 8-year-old little girl carrying a sister with a broken leg for 2 miles. 2 miles just to get water so they could drink. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. 2 miles.
It's dissatisfying.
And I can walk 5 footsteps and get water out of my tap.
Trust
5
me,
footsteps. These guys, these little kids are getting humiliated in front of us. Alhamdulillah, stack for Allah for all of us, and we will be punished if we don't act in accordance and speak justly about these people. So
100%.
you want to sit there, laugh, You know, sometimes in this life you will be paid your punishment. And in the hereafter, sometimes in the hereafter, you'll be paid your punishment.
I mean, whoever practices injustice or calls for it, inshallah, you will taste the punishment in this world and the next world.
100%. And I just want to add here, boys, yeah, that it's not because I'm Muslim. It's not because I follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's not because it's a Muslim country. It's the fact of being a human being. It's the fact of having sympathy and having enough knowledge to know that what is going on in that country right now is not right. It's not right. Can you imagine that happening in Britain right now? All these babies, all these women, all these men that are being killed for what? For absolutely nothing, for land, for power, for money, for it's disgusting. And it's not the fact that us three brothers here are Muslims. It's not, because I know for a fact if we wasn't Muslim, we would
there's
still
Christians, Ben.
Gaza.
There's Christians. There's two of the oldest churches being taken down in Gaza.
Exactly.
You know, there's Christians that are getting unalived, and when I see a Christian Zayo, it makes me feel sick.
Yes,
it makes me feel sick.
Honestly, man, people honestly need to. Where has humanity gone? Where has peace gone? Where has all
it's
this
disappeared? Everything's disappeared.
Fully disappeared.
All disappeared. We've been so trodden on that the fact that we don't even have empathy for our own people at times, you know, and it's awful news that, you know. How can you not have empathy for little kids getting unalive, but you've got empathy for little kids?
No matter the race, no matter the culture, no matter where they're from, kids should not be being unalived. And alhamdulillah, we know that them people, inshallah, will be going straight to Jannah, inshallah, as martyrs. But it doesn't matter. They've been given this life, and that life they should have been able to live in peace and not having to worry that the next
everyone deserves to have water, food, and a place to live in.
Yeah, not in this day and age, 2024, 25. This should not be happening in our world.
No. And everyone casting a blind eye to it is sickening. Our politicians, the people around us. How many times does you guys hear? Because we do a lot of stuff online. On TikTok. What about the 7th of October? That's the only thing I've ever heard.
Get out
what
of
do you
it,
mean?
Man. Get out of it, man.
What do you mean 7th of October? What about 1948? What about 2008? What about 2015? You're not bothered. All you care about is 7th of October. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening.
They're trying to justify the unaliving of little children and women by saying that, and it's just.
And you know what? I'm not saying as well, boys. I'm not saying that the retaliation is right. But imagine being through that for that many years to sit back and just let them do it. The retaliation is because of what they've been through. They can't just say, Ray or Chris, if you was bullying me, yeah, say if I was in your school, yeah, and you was bullying me from reception all the way up to year 11, you think I'm just gonna let you do it? Eventually, I'm gonna get sick of it. Eventually, I don't care how big you are, how big of a person you are, or how popular you are. At the end of it, I'm gonna have enough, and I'm gonna end up sitting up and trying to stick up for myself. But when you do that, you're the bad one, and that's what's happened.
These have grown up in an occupied land. All they know is occupation. You've got to understand what they went through. And I think it emphasizes on the fact that we don't know what it's like to go through that. So for you to sit here and go 7th of October is absolutely damned within yourself. And you need to reflect. You need to reflect on yourself.
It is a cop-out.
Stop making excuses for the unaliving of little kids, whether they're Palestinian, whether they're from Africa, wherever they're from, just because they've not got blue eyes.
Yeah.
Because when it happened to Ukraine, what happened? People were taking them in. In England, people were taking them into the house. What? Because they've got blue eyes and they're white. It's absolutely disrespectful and disgraceful. And alhamdulillah, James Wood, sort yourself out. You'll be able to... The problem with James Wood, is, guys, he's got enough money to go fix himself, fix his house back up and live again.
He probably already has, Chris. He probably already got a second house somewhere.
Oh, he's raking it in through the insurance, mate.
Yeah.
He's in the
He's in his second house now. So my advice to you is watch what you put online, watch your tongue, and maybe one day you will not go through what you've just gone through. And stop bloody crocodile tears.
You have seen it from right hand. You have seen it right in front of you. This brother tweeted something, and not even 2 weeks later, his house was burnt down. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allah.
Anyway, guys, I think we're going to finish this one here. And alhamdulillah, what advice do you have, Ben, before we move on?
I think, like Chris just said, before you put things on social media, before you start talking with that disgusting tongue of yours that you probably kiss your kids to sleep at night with, just imagine if them kids of your own kids, your own flesh and blood, was them in Gaza. Imagine that. Just sit there and deep on it for a second. If that was you and your family going through that, would you want us to feel sorry for you? I guess you would. So, guys, please think about what you're doing. Please think about what you're going to say, because I would not want to be under Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wrath like James Wood. James Wood, if you see this, my brother, you probably won't, but if you do, unlucky, my brother. Oh, my days.
I agree with what Ben has basically said. At the end of the day, put yourself in other people's shoes. Look at yourself and say, would I be happy, if this happened to my own family? We're all humans. We're all humans. It doesn't matter what culture you're from, what part of the world you're from. We all have children. We all have families. And just look at your own families and never wish something like that on your own families. And just have some sympathy. Just be human.
Please, brothers and sisters, if you like what we're doing, press that subscribe button. It's free of charge. Press the like button. Share it to your friends. Share it to your neighbours. Share it to your aunties. Share it to your uncles. Come Deen With Me. Are here, and we're going to be giving you more content each week, week in, week out. My name is Chris. Assalamu alaikum. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My name is Ray. Salam alaikum. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And my name is Ben, Inspired Reaver. Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we have been Come Deen With Me. Come Deen With Me. Let's deen away. Subhanallah.
MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum. Rahmatullahi.
Assalamu alaikum.
You're on your own journey, you will find your way. Now sit back, relax, and listen to what the Come Deen With Me boys have to say.